トーナメント表こちらが出ております。本日最終日。さあ、本日の対戦予告まもなく出てまいりました。始まってまいります。フェンネルのチームメンバー並んでおります。
実はこのマッチはAXIZ Ryzがホームチーム対して、この Day3 のマッチは
ので、フェンネルもそこの解読というところではチームはあまりかからず、
It is the FL Survivors versus the AXIZ Hunter. He will be playing Ivy on the red church, sending his ghost off right away to the church while the main body is making her way towards the walls. It looks like the ghost will be finding Young in her path, and the hunter is main body is going towards, will be infecting Young and bringing the ghost back, and looks like he's trying to get an infection onto Emko, and since both the ghost and the main body is chasing the survivor, it looks like this is the survivor that she was looking for, will be getting an infection onto the fire investigator. He already threw down this pallet to make sure that the main body cannot land any damage on him, using the fire investigator ball to dash away into a better hiding area, utilizing this pallet once again, while the ghost is keeping tabs on the body. Ooh, another wonderful dash off of the ball back into graveyard, and the main body is following close behind, will be destroying this ball, doesn't want to give him any more free dashes, flying really 100% corruption and getting there to the pallet, getting hit while throwing down that pallet, and the hunter able to get the first damage onto the survivor, using his ball to transition to a different area where he can utilize these two windows and pallets. Hunter will be teleporting and infecting him right away. Blink down, and that is the first down onto the survivor. Cypher machines at 68, 62, and 57%, and it looks like the basement is also in this area, so it is a possibility. She is sending her ghost over to Sasori. No, she will be carrying him outside, will be infecting Sasori, and the ghost will be going and chasing another survivor. It looks like she'll also be chasing, infecting Young as well, so that can delay the Cypher machine progress. The Wildling is here, already infected him. He needs to be careful of 100% corruption. Oh, wasn't able to get on his board. He's injured. How is he going to get the save? He was able to get the save. So he was able to get the save. Emko unfortunately was hit as soon as he was saved off the chair, but Wildling was able to get that save with half injury, unable to get onto his board. And Hunter wants to get this double down. She is going after the Wildling. Wildling's board is still on cooldown, but the cooldown is going to end very soon, and Hunter is trying to get a scare onto, 100% scare, but he was at the pallet. She wasn't able to get a hit onto the Wildling, and he was able to get onto his board. And so this is the second time Emko is chaired, and he was saved before half, so he will have more time on the chair. If we look at the traits of the survivors, no other survivors have tide turners, so being able to survive after getting hit is not an option for the survivors at this moment. Survivors are getting healed up. Hunter is going to infect them and teleport them on them right away. 100% corruption onto the psychologist, getting a hit, but there was a backdoor save by the magician, so it looks like the hunter has to send the ghost and look for Emko, make sure that she can ensure a one survivor elimination for this game. Hunter is chasing the two survivors with her main body and looking for Emko, but it looks like she's going to have to infect Sasori because she hasn't quite found the fire investigator yet. Hunter is going around looking for another survivor. She hasn't quite been able to locate Emko, so she's trying to chase other survivors while looking for Emko. Emko is doing a very good job hiding behind that one tree, and he can't reach, the ghost cannot reach. Ooh, blink hit onto the psychologist. She has used up her stress, so she was at full health, but she will now be at half health. The survivor keeping himself alive, hiding behind his fire investigator ball, so the ghost can't infect him. Looks like the hunter has to change targets and go for this, and she will be downing this psychologist. For the first time, 2 Cypher machines have been completed. The third Cypher machine at 96 almost completed. 4 Cypher machine at 51, and the 8% on the 5th Cypher machine. They will be able to finish that 95% Cypher machine. Hunter is bringing the ghost to the magician. Magician is just allowing this corruption to build up, and he's just decoding the cipher machine. Hunter is, oh, they got the save onto the psychologist while the ghost was away. It looks like Hunter is back onto, ooh, wonderful push by the wildling, and Hunter does see that the cipher machine was wiggling on that side where MCO got away, so she was just waiting for that cipher to wiggle, and she has sent her ghost right away to MCO. MCO will be using this ball to dash away right into the graveyard once again, and Hunter is following him by foot, trying to make better use of this infection. Will be able to get that infection, and the ghost is staying on the survivor, trying to get that scare. 95% corruption, so he needs to be very careful when the Hunter gets close by. And the ghost is just trapping him at this moment, using a scare and downing him right away. We have 4 cipher machines have been completed, but MCO, this is his 3rd chair, so he will be returning to the manor, and the remaining 3 survivors need to try and prime up the last cipher machine. But this is when it gets incredibly tricky, because the Hunter will be infecting, teleporting, recalling, the ghost infecting, teleporting, recalling, and as you can see, it's already happening. Hunter does have her eyes set on Maiken. Nope, she'll be teleporting to Sasori. Looks like the ghost will be looking for the wildling, and she is continuously pursuing the wildling. For now, her main body is going after Sasori, and so the remaining survivor is decoding the cipher machine. It is at 63%. Hunter will be teleporting to MCO, and the cipher machine progress has been halted once again. The ghost is nearby. The psychologist will be teleporting to Young, and Young is back into this graveyard area trying to kite out this survivor, but she's at half health, so she has to be very careful. Wonderful patient will be getting the pallets onto the Hunter, and it looks like she is able to buy more time. The cipher machines are moving once again, and so the Hunter needs to be able to downing the survivor right away. Thankfully, she only had to hit the survivor once because she was injured, but the ciphers are being primed. It's at 88%, and this is the 2nd chair for the psychologist. We'll be infecting the wildling getting on his board to secure his safety, while we see Sasori is coming in for the save. Hunter cannot leave this survivor because she will be eliminated if she is chaired one more time. So she's infecting all these survivors area, creating an incredibly large corruption area so that she can try to get as much corruption on the survivor. 97. Oh my god, 100% corruption, and she will be not being able to get the save. And she was able to get that save. The main body is going for the magician, and it looks like she will be taking a hit onto the magician. The cipher machines are propped, and this is the endgame. 3 survivors. Hunter has detention, and it looks like the Hunter's ghost is going to the back exit gate, going after Mankane. Mankane is the wildling, so he was able to get in on his board, and he is quite safe for now, but the main body has switched, and it looks like she will be going after the wildling for now. Does look at the scratch marks on the ground, and she is bringing her ghost and scouting the area, making sure that there are no survivors there. He is starting the gate at 18% and will be bringing the ghost to Sasori right away. Will be infecting Sasori and changing spots with the ghost. She will be teleporting the main body to Sasori while leaving the ghost at the back gate. It looks like the ghost has caught sight of Young. Main body has lost sight of Sasori, and Young was trying to clean up these pallets here so the Hunter can't teleport, but Hunter will be teleporting. The ghost is on Young, so she can also see where Young is. Blind hit, and she is going down. This is Young's not third cipher, but she was saved after half, so it is actually her 3rd chair. So she will be returning to the manor as long as she can chair this survivor and also multitask and guide and protect the gates from being open. Gates are being opened very fast because the survivors know that the hunter is currently occupied. We do see one of the gates have been opened at backdoor by Mainkin. Hunter is going after Sasori. If Mainkin leaves, the dungeon is open and he is free to make his way to the dungeon, and he does escape, and that's a 2-man escape on the side of
やっ
FL
ぱり主軸で
survivors.
100たまるたまらないみたいな駆け引きで相当な圧力
封じ方にとってかき回すことが多いんですけれども、もうこうなったらもう本当に野人がこう
It is the AXIZ survivors versus the FL hunter Hasha. It will be on the red church and he will be playing the shadow Ivy, sending her shadow right away towards the church, the main body going towards Shack. Does look like the ghost might be running into Nyan, has seen the scratch marks on the ground. Nyan making his way towards the gate. The main body and the ghost are starting to sandwich Otto, who is the seer. It looks like she will be getting an infection on the seer, and it does look like she will be chasing the seer. Will be teleporting to the seer right away, getting 65% corruption. Seer trying to make it to this 100% corruption, but he utilized the owl to make it past. Hunter not allowing to get past by using the scare and vaulting the pallet, but seer will be able to vault Hunter, pinning him down under this window. He will be able to transition out the opposite way, getting another scare onto the survivor. 94% scare, 100% scare, and getting a hit on him through the window. He will be going into church and trying to relocate himself. It looks like she will be getting an infection on Tuna, making sure that Cypher Machine isn't being progressed too quickly, and will be going back and chasing Ado for the time being. Ado is able to make his way towards the graveyard. Hunter will be closing the distance immediately by infecting him and teleporting to him right away. Will be trying to get some more scares onto him. He was at quite a distance, so it doesn't look like that was possible for now. He has 23% corruption on his body. He is trying to make his way back into church, but blinking, and she misses. He has a void to survive. He's allowed to throw down that pallet, and he is getting cornered here, but we know what happens here when you get cornered here, so you have to be very careful as the hunter. You have to make your way around, and there are no survivors here to harass. We do have the wildling and the painter that can stun the hunter, but doesn't look like any of the survivors will be doing that at the moment. It is the first chair for the seer. 2 Cypher machines have been completed. The third Cypher machine at 65, fourth at 54, and the last Cypher machine at 10%. It looks like Nyan is in the area, and it looks like he will be coming in for the save. He does have Tide Turner, will be taking a normal hit and getting the save off before half onto the seer, and the seer is free to transition away to a better place. Will be taking a hit here. He is kind of out in the open, so it looks like he is going to use this time with the Tide Turner to actually transition instead of trying to stay alive and kiting. It looks like the ghost is sticking around the church building, and the main body will be carrying Seer to the chair once again, bringing the Seer back towards red carpet. Will be infecting the painter once again. Painter is unable to work on that middle church Cypher machine, and will be trying to get some scare onto the painter 100%, but the main body wasn't anywhere nearby. It does look like she will be also infecting Tuna, and got a backdoor save, a wonderful body block by the wildling. And the seer is able to transition back into grave. The ghost is falling behind him, and he is trying to stay alive within these pallets. Was able to avoid getting 100% corruption there at 76%, and he is making his way around 100% corruption with that scare. Just amazing utilization of the scare skills by this hunter, and it looks like he will be returning to the manor since it is his third chair. Cypher machines, 4 Cypher machines have been completed. The last Cypher machine is trying to be primed at 63%. Ghost will be going straight to Nyan, who is at that 64%. Cypher machine will be teleporting to him right away, and also making sure that the additional 5th Cypher is not completed. So she's main body is in Nyan. The ghost is going towards Tuna. There are 2 injured survivors and only 1 healthy survivor, Tuna. So Tuna cannot. Looks like he will be getting injury. on all 3 survivors now, and a tablet, and having that area of corruption on the cipher machine so that the survivors can't work on it. Looks like the survivors are starting an additional cipher by Kakaka, while the hunter is also aware of that fact and is sending the ghost to that additional cipher. We'll be calling the ghost back and sending the ghost towards the corner walls. It looks like the acrobat is there. He is holding his bombs just in case he needs to get some distance. It looks like the hunter is getting an infection and teleporting to Tuna, and getting 100% corruption, and he is going down. So this is looking very good for the side of the hunter. We have 2 injured survivors, 1 survivor chaired. Cipher machines are not primed yet. One thing working in favor for the survivors, it is the first chair for the acrobat, so he can buy a lot of time before getting saved. But Kakaka is coming and making his way towards the chair, but he was already found by the ghost, so he does have another he didn't infect Kakaka. Oh my goodness, wonderful, teleporting to the church middle cipher machine, teleporting right back to the chair. He was able to get flywheel and right side. Oh my goodness, but he will be going down, and this is a 4-man elimination on the side of Hasha. The survivor isn't able to get up. She doesn't have enough time to get up. If he chairs the painter and then goes and chairs the wildling, it's over. There's nothing that the survivors can do. She is bringing the main body closer to the down the wildling. Wildling was able to get up and get the save off of Tuna, so this isn't over yet. It was looking like a very dire situation for the survivors, but the wildling was able to heal himself, get up and get the save off of Tuna, and Tuna was able to make distance and escape by using his acrobat balls. The machine at 75%, getting 100% corruption, but allowing the wildling to get the save off onto the painter. Painter still has 2 paintings to work with, but doesn't seem to be ready quite yet, and it looks like the hunter will be chairing the acrobat. Acrobat's save was after half, so he will be returning to the manor. 2 survivors left. Last cipher machine with the most progress at 75, which is guarded heavily by this hunter. She will be sending her ghost off looking for the survivors working on the other cipher machines, but the cipher machines are not being touched at this moment because the survivors are really running out of options. They're all at half health, and the cipher machines are not being primed. It looks like the wildling is in the area that has the 2 tablets on, so Nyan is going to graveyard and he is working on that cipher machine. Hunter, seeing that the cipher machine is wiggling, sending her ghost towards the cipher machine right away, hasn't been able to see the survivor until now. She did see him now, so she will be able to infect and teleport on him if she so desires, but the survivors are staying away from the cipher machine so that she can't get a tablet next to the cipher machine. Yan making his way back to the cipher machine, and the hunter has seen that, hasn't infected Nyan yet, and the main body is still going after this wildling, doing this multitasking. As soon as wildling gets on his board, she will be infecting the painter because she knows that she can't really down this wildling fast enough, and painter is moving out of that area because he doesn't want to get that 100% corruption, because if he does, hunter can just teleport to him right away. So the survivors are just running around back and forth between all 3 survivors and just trying to prime up one cipher machine. Hunter will be teleporting right away to the painter. Was able to get 94% corruption but not 100% corruption, so painter was able to escape and leave the red church. He is finally going to use one of his portraits to stun the hunter. Oh, but the hunter downs the painter right away. Painter does have self-heal, so if wildling can stay alive for a little longer, Painter will be able to get up. However, if Wilding goes down too fast, the Wilding does not have self-heal at this moment. So the survivors' resources are dwindling. Oh, when he goes down right away with that blink, excellent prediction on the side of the Hunter will be teleporting right away to the graveyard. And if he picks up Nyan, this is over for the survivors. He was able to get up and he is alive for a little longer, but it's just a matter of time. Oh, he was able to get that palace done to the Hunter, and he does have a picture ready, but oh my goodness, he was teleporting, getting 100% corruption and downing the
そこをやっ
survivor.
ぱ仲直りあるやつを釣ってしまえばって走る、
あのタイミングで絵がじゃあ中央に置ける
はい
という高低差あるものの後追いに行っても良さそうな。
It is the AXIZ survivors versus the FL Hunter on Chinatown with Ivy. It will be Hasha playing for the FL Hunter side. Looks like the Ghost will be going straight to the second story with the main body. Survivor has already made his way towards bridge, and Hunter is trying to catch up with his Ghost and main body. And it looks like he will be dropping down right away, and Hunter will be infecting him and teleporting right next to Otto. Looks like Otto will be the first chase for the Hunter. It is the Prospector. As long as the Hunter can get lots of corruption, he won't be able to utilize his magnet to push unless he gets his magnet early on. So we'll see how well this Prospector ends up countering the Shadow. It looks like he will be going around the back. Hunter has lost sight of him for the time, but she is sandwiching him between the Ghost and her main body. He is doing a very good job staying away from the Hunter. Will be getting 100% corruption and will be taking the first hit. Looks like he will be transitioning away from this building and will be trying to make his way towards the red building. He is going to utilize this palette. This window is a very strong window. It does help him transition to an area with more windows, and pallets will be getting that stun, I believe, into the Hunter. And the Ghost will be going towards Kakaka, will be infecting him here. Another stun by the Prospector, and will be taking the route to go back inside this corner. Hunter will be following him close behind. Oh, another stun right at the pallet. Wasn't able to get that pallet stun, but it was still a pretty long stun. Blink down, and he will be going down for the first time. One cipher machine has been completed by the Psychologist. The second cipher machine has just been completed by the Embalmer. The third cipher machine at 83%, and it is being worked on. The fourth cipher machine is starting to get more cipher progress at 30%, and a fifth cipher machine is starting at 6%. It looks like the Hunter will be sending her Ghost to Nyan and trying to affect that Hunter, but making sure that there isn't a free save. Will be getting hit onto the first officer, and the first officer will still be able to get that save with Tide Turner. Hunter is trying to delay the cipher machine progress, so she will be leaving an infection and recalling the Ghost to go after Otto once more, but Otto does have Tide Turner. He will be able to transition. He's going back into this corner building, making his way upstairs. He has one magnet to work with, and he will have two very shortly. The Ghost is right near the survivor. He hasn't fallen down yet. He will be falling down now, and as soon as he falls down, Hunter will be infecting him, and ooh, 100% corruption. Psychologist has gotten the heal off onto the first officer, and this is the second chair for the Prospector. Will be putting an infection on one of these cipher machines and will be teleporting to Nyan, who is at a distance right now. It looks like he will be running around these pallets. Does have one pallet thrown down there, making sure. Oh, it looks like they got a backdoor save onto the Prospector. Will be infecting Otto once again and will be going after him. He will be returning to the manor if he goes down, but look at the cipher machines. It's at 88%. Wonderful stun. He's buying so much time. Cipher machines are primed, and cipher machines have been popped. This is the end game with 4 survivors up, but downing him immediately. But look at this, exit gauge is at 45%. The ghost is still making his way towards the gate, but Hunter is still at quite a distance. All three survivors are going towards the gate. The gate is open, and now the Hunter has just chaired the Prospector. Prospector has returned to the manor, but all three survivors will be leaving.
の良さ光りました。
もう完全にアットが全てを引きつけましたよね。
はい、強いチェイスができるっていうのが分かっている、そこの、切り替えですよね。
VC めちゃくちゃ大事ですからね。どこにハンターがいるなどですよ。
It is the FL survivors versus the AXIZ hunter. It will be RYZ playing the opera singer on Chinatown. It looks like she'll be going right into her shadow form and following this survivor up the stairs. You will be able to throw that Palatine, which she will be breaking right away. And it looks like she will be going after Young. Young using his hooks and hooking far away outside of the hotel. Hunter just has to follow these footprints because she hasn't been able to see him. He will be vaulting this window. Hunter will be going all the way around. He will be making his way up to the second floor. Hunter following close behind, closing the distance. Amazing hook. She returns to her remnant, but he's on the opposite side of the building. And it looks like she'll have to chase him down once again. Young just utilizing these hooks incredibly well and transitioning to the next corner of the map. He will be using up his third hook, so now he has no items to utilize. He has this two-palleted area, will be patient, throwing that pallet down after she swings, going around, and caught up before he can get a vault off onto that pallet. He will be transitioning to the corner and will be vaulting this window. Hunter will be following close behind. He does have one more pallet to work with, but he was on the wrong side, and the Hunter will be able to down him right away. Cypher machines looking like they're being worked on. 94%, 75%, and 52%. Unfortunately, he is being carried near one of the survivors' hunters, one of the survivors' Cypher machines. So it looks like he won't be able to decode, but it is Maiken, and Maiken is the rescuer of this group, so he will be able to go for this rescue without having to travel much distance, but also not being able to decode, which isn't much of a problem because most of the time when they go for saves, we'll be getting a normal hit and getting the save. And it will be with Tide Turner. Hunter will be downing the patient right away, looking for the mercenary, but not able to locate him, so it looks like she would just be chasing down this patient. Patient is going to die near the exit gate, and it will be his second chair. We have two Cypher machines completed, the third at 73% and the fourth at 34%. We'll be chairing him here near the big tree in the middle of the map. It looks like Emko is making his way towards the chair. He is the fire investigator. He does have the balls to work with that he can use to dash. Hunter will be returning back to the chair and will be making sure no survivor is coming for the save. The mercenary is at full health, so it is a possibility that he can come for another save. He is making his way towards, he is inside of hospital right now. He'll be elbow padding right to the chair and being a little patient and trying to get the save. We'll be getting the save off, but the Hunter will be downing the patient right away. So this is the third chair for the patient, and the patient will be returning to the manor. 3 Cypher machines completed, the 4th Cypher machine at 75% and the 5th Cypher machine at 36%. Hunter is already making her way towards Sasori. Will be breaking that connection on the survivor, on the prisoner's Cypher connection. Hunter will be going around and chasing Sayori next. Sayori able to avoid that hit. Hunter returning to the remnant right next to stunning, but wasn't able to stun. Hunter will be taking a normal hit, but able to go around the Hunter's body and make it to the pallet. Will be able to make it to this 2-pallet area, vaulting back and forth. Hunter leaving her remnants in this area. So as soon as he thought she will, he was patient. He only faked to vault, and the Hunter was being able to get it down. Now the 4th Cypher machine will be completed very shortly, and the 5th Cypher machine at 77, and an additional Cypher machine at 55%. This is the first chair for the prisoners, so the survivors do have a little time to power up that cipher and come for the save. Hunter has seen Emko coming to the chair from quite a distance, so this may be challenging. If you find the survivor at a far distance, Tiger can hit you and catch up to you incredibly fast. But yeah, it seems like he's not able to make his way towards the chair, and the mercenary may have to make his way to the chair instead. The fire investigator will be taking the hit, and the mercenary will be getting a backdoor save onto the survivor. Hunter will be chasing Emko instead, and it looks like Emko has to try and stay alive for a little longer here, but was able to miss that. But caught here at the pallet. Hunter doing a very amazing job downing the survivor quickly, but it does look like the cipher machines will be primed. This is the fire investigator's first chair, so they just need a survivor coming in for the save. It looks like Menken is making his way there. Hunter is moving and gonna leave a lot of remnants here and making our way towards Sasori. Sasori does have half health, so he's gonna need to pop this cipher machine, and he will be popping the cipher machine, throwing down that pallet and trying to buy some more time for the survivors to get to the exit gate. Blanket and down right away, an incredibly fast down. This gives Hunter time to go to the other side of the gate, but she does not have trade, so she will have to make her way in shadow form towards the gate, but the gates are being opened up, and that is a two-man escape for the side of FL survivors.
脱出することができました。
このシーンもハンターとしても椅子殴るの怖いからって別に後ろ向く
オペラの難しいところですよね。影から出るのにも通常振らなきゃいけない、やりますね。
それはボンボンの時にっていうのが多かったんですけど、
It is the FL survivors versus the AXIZ Hunter, and on Arms Factory played by Kakaka. Looks like he'll be throwing his cats right away, and it does look like he's going for Emiko right away. Emiko is the Enchantress. She does have some stuns she can work with, but it does need to be charged, so she needs to be able to kite this hunter at a close enough distance so that her stuns can be charged. She will be able to avoid the cat there, but stuck in this wall. She will be taking the first hit and transitioning into Shack. Hunter is getting her cats ready. They are at cooldown for now. 6-second cooldown. She'll be waiting at this window and just making sure that the hunter survivor can't continuously loop this window. She will be throwing her cats as she takes that vault and makes it to the pallet. Will be throwing down the pallet and stunning the hunter, so she can't get the stun on the Enchantress first. Enchantress stunned the hunter. She already has a second stun. Hunter will be cancelling out her abilities, and she'll be running into the wall and not able to make it to the pallet. She does have the slow boxes by the female dancer already planted in the middle, but it was not able to help her because the distance was just too far, and so it will be the first time the Enchantress is going on the chair. She has 2 stuns ready if she does get saved, and the hunter is looking around for survivors. Hasn't gotten tinnitus yet, but Sasori is in the vicinity. Young is still decoding that exit gate cipher machine, and Maken is actually making his way towards the gate. Maken is the rescuer of this group. He is playing the first officer, so he can utilize these pocket watches to try to get the save onto Emko, but he has to be very careful to avoid the cats. It doesn't look like he's. It looks like Young is coming back to the cipher, getting closer to the chair. Okay, it's an after half save. Hunter is just gonna allow that survivor to decode because she needs to make sure that nobody gets a save onto this server. We'll be getting the cats done, but we'll be getting the save and the acrobat red bomb so that the survivor can't be stunned or catted on immediately. She does have 3 stacks, so this is a much longer stun. She will be using it, and she will be going and transitioning towards factory. Hunter will be throwing her cats down so that she can close the distance with warp. She entered factory, stunning the survivor and downing her right away. She was saved after half, so she will be returning to the manor. Hunter is not going to go to the basement because it's not necessary. It looks like she's going to bring her towards the middle in order to get closer to the survivors decoding that cipher machine. And it does look like the survivors have to leave that middle cipher. Hunter is going to be breaking these pallets and these music boxes. The female dancer only has one music box left to work with. Hunter is changing targets and going towards Sasori, who is the female dancer. Female dancer is not decoding and realizing that Hunter is coming towards her. Will be using the cats to jump. She has finally found where she is. The cats have gotten a stun onto her, but she flywheeled and she avoided the hit, so she's still at full health, but running into the Hunter, taking the hit here and transitioning into the walls where she can utilize this window, and will be throwing down a music box, spinning to that pallet, and pallet stun! Wow, amazing job with the usage of her ability and the patience, and the Hunter choosing not to swing at that pallet just worked out so well for Sasori. Sasori staying alive, and cipher machines are getting primed. Hunter will be throwing more cats onto Sasori. She needs to get a cat landed on her. Oh, she will be getting her in this corner, and she will be chaired for the first time. But look at the cipher machines. 2 cipher machines will be completed. The 5th cipher machine at 85%, so it's already the end game with 3 survivors available. They just gotta make sure to get a good save here. Hunter will be chairing her in this chair and walls. Oh, she was able to struggle free, and she is making it out, but the cipher machine is not being primed. Young is trying to make it to the cipher machine, but she was able to avoid the hit with the bomb, but Hunter did jump and is able to get right next to him, and he will be eating a hit. The last cipher needs to be primed, but the last cipher is in that corner where Sasori is, I believe, so she can't really touch that cipher machine, and the Hunter is back in this corner looking for this survivor because she knows that that cipher needs to be worked on, I think. And so we do have these survivors. Will they just start a new cipher machine? But that also doesn't seem like a very good choice because it's so close to being primed. It's just so close. It looks like the survivors will be healing each other while Young is also hiding, not giving the Hunter tinnitus, and just really playing out this slow, because it's better to have more healthy survivors. That way you can actually keep decoding that cipher machine. Hunter has already spotted Sasori, but she has not seen him. She was able to avoid the cat. Hunter will be warping right to the Bernard here on the edge of the map, where Young will be using his balls to transition away once again. Will be getting the cat onto Young and will be jumping next to him and will be going down. Young was at half health, so only one more hit will take him down, and the Hunter took him down incredibly fast. But this also means that the Hunter used a trait. It is on cooldown. That means they can prime up this last cipher machine, but Hunter is taking the survivor to the basement in order to have a more advantage at endgame. So it looks like these survivors will have to try to save Young in the basement. We already have the first officer making his way to the chair and saving him right away, waiting for the opportune moment to pop. The survivors are going to take this slow. They do not want to give the drop down hit since there is no tech recovery. Will be taking a hit. Mayken will be taking a hit. Hunter is going for the Young, and Young is able to get stunned here and will be going down. He was saved before half, so he does still have more time on the chair, and Sasori is making progress on that exit gate. Mayken is trying to go to the gate. Warp's cooldown is on 23 seconds, so she can't use her trait quite yet. She's just going to use her cats to jump and go closer to the exit gate. The exit gate is almost open at 95%, and the exit gate is open, but the Hunter's already there. There will be a 2-man escape on the side of survivors.
枠の猫を避けたかと思いきやグリッサードでハンターの横すり。
応援団は狙える位置にいますけども、
It is the AXIZ Survivors versus the FL Hunter. It will be Hasha playing an on Arms Factory. He will be throwing down her cats right away and jumping towards where the survivors have spawned. In this case, she is taking her route to the middle. Tuna has already left the middle and is already making his way to the factory. We do say Otto is also still here, feeding the hunter tinnitus, and she will not be able to see him and throwing her cats in the direction where there are no survivors. She still does have tinnitus, so she is aware that there is a survivor here, but he's just doing such an excellent job hiding so that she can't find this survivor. She's looking at all the wrong places. Tinnitus is gone, so now tinnitus is back and it's gone, so it looks like she's just going to change directions. She doesn't want to spend any more time looking for the survivor here because she needs to start chasing a survivor and choosing a survivor. But as soon as someone starts working on that middle cipher, she's making her way right back to that middle cipher machine, but it doesn't look like she was able to find a survivor, and she just keeps going back and forth. She wants to see who is working on this middle cipher machine. It is Tuna, who is the puppeteer, throwing down her cats. He is going towards Shaq. It does look like she finally is able to land a cat on Tuna, but Puppeteer can take up a lot of hits, so we'll see how well he utilizes his ability. Will be breaking that pallet right away, will be cancelling his ability so he can't go into puppet form, and will be eating an entire hit if he does. Patient! He was very patient, so he was able to throw down that pallet after she swung. Looks like Hunter is going to change targets and go towards Cheerleader, but Cheerleader is able to use her pom-pom, but will be eating a hit because she wasn't able to make it to the window fast enough. Will be using her pom-pom once again to transition into factory and will be able to vault this window. Hunter will be using warp so that she can catch up to her right away, but Cheerleader had enough distance running to this pallet. Tuna is waiting at this pallet, dropping it down so that can transition and go to a better kiting area. Does not have any more pom-poms to work with at the moment. Hunter is trying to get her with the cat, will be able to stun her with the cats, and will be going down for the first time. However, 2 cipher machines have been completed. The 3rd cipher machine at 49%, 4th cipher machine at 21%, and the 5th cipher machine at 3%. It does look like Tuna is still in the vicinity. Tuna does have Tide Turner, so if he does save her, she will be able to either transition or stay alive, even though she is hit for quite some time. Looks like Hunter has found and noticed Tuna hiding in the area. Tuna will be making his way to the chair, eating the hit with the puppet and getting the save before the cats. Oh no, the cats were back, and she will be getting a hit right away. He wasn't able to save her fast enough to get out of the area where the cats stunned her, so it looks like she will be going to the corner of the map so that she can keep the hunter away from all the survivors that are decoding. 2nd down for the cheerleader. She does have another pom-pom ready and available for this kite once she does get saved, and this is a nice area with lots of walls and windows, so she may be able to rebound kite. Hunter will be sending off her cats in the distance, trying to scout out the area and see if there's a survivor coming. The Gravekeeper is already making his way to the chair in his dig state so that he can get next to the chair with full health, not being caught out at a distance. Will be getting the stun and the save right away. He was saved with Tide Turner, and she is using her cheers to get a little more movement speed here. Gravekeeper waiting at that pallet, making sure that the hunter can't just walk right through. Cheerleader doing an incredibly job going back and forth using the pom-pom, the body block by the Gravekeeper, and keeping this cheerleader alive. Hunter needs to down this cheerleader quickly. 4 cipher machines have been completed, and the last cipher machine is at 92%. This is looking like a 4-man endgame. As soon as this cheerleader eats a hit, the cipher machine, flywheeling! Cipher machines have already been popped as well, and it is the end game, but Nian does go down, and the exit gates are being worked on. they need a 3-man escape in order to win this round against FL. So AXIZ needs a 3-man escape. Hunter has used warp to try and close the distance and make it to the exit gate, but exit gate's at 85%. It's gonna be open in a 3-man escape. So AXIZ will be able to win this round.
面白かったのがここまでのそのアキシズウェーブが3人釣りされてしまう、4人釣りされてそれを仕掛けてそれで3人逃げしきったというのが非常に大きかったと思います。
これもニャンがもう安全に墓に行けるような取り方ですよね。
It is the AXIZ survivors versus the FL Hunter. It will be Anne on Ever Sleeping Town by Hasha. Will be throwing his cats right away, going towards Ado. Ado already making it to the second floor, will be dropping down, and Hunter will be going after this survivor by looking at the scratch marks. Since he is out of sight, the scratch marks are disappearing very quickly, so it does look like the Anne is trying to catch Ado off guard and go around the opposite direction. Ado, however, is staying safe in these palleted areas, and he is using his jetpack to transition away back to the second story building. Hunter is just going to follow him for the time being, and he will be going back up to the second floor. Hunter will be following him close behind. He will be taking this window vault. Hunter falling down immediately and throwing the cats as soon as he lands on the floor, but he uses his jetpack to do his upper propel and avoid the cats. The Hunter was able to cancel out his skill, so it does look like he won't be able to use his jetpack, but it is going to be back up really soon. He has one jetpack left. The cooldown is over, and Hunter has sent her cats once again, but the cats missed. She was at the edge of the map, so the cats didn't go further, and so she was unable to latch onto another cat onto Ado, so this really prolongs Ado's kite. He will be using his jetpacks to transition into the pallets, will be getting the cat onto Ado, and will be hitting him, and this is the first damage the Hunter gets onto Ado. Ado immediately transitioning away. Hunter bringing the cats back with the cross and trying to get the cats. Oh, will be warping and running right into flywheel, and he's avoiding the... Oh no, oh my goodness. And he was able to vault and go right back. Amazing job on the side of Ado, really just avoiding all those. Oh, and he will be caught out in the open and will be going down for the first time. However, Cypher machines are looking incredibly good. 2 Cypher machines will be completed very shortly. The 3rd Cypher machine at 69% and the 4th Cypher machine at 41%. It does look like Nyan is continuing to decode, and Tuna will be decoding that second story Cypher machine, and Kakaka will be coming in for the save. He is the mercenary and he does have Tide Turner, so it is your... Oh, it does look... He is staying far away for now, and he is not feeding tinnitus. So he is now slowly making his way towards the chair, but the cats are all over the place, and he has to be very careful not to be stunned. It does look like if it is going to be a save, it will be after half. Kakaka, also still staying in this area, is feeding the Hunter tinnitus, and the dungeon is also in this area. Will be throwing her cats to try and sniff out the survivors that are hiding. Wonderful job avoiding the Hunter's cats and the hit, using the elbow pad. Gonna go into this little corner, avoid the normal hit. Will be getting the second hit, and will be elbow padding to the chair and getting the save right before Ado is returned to the manor. He is going to try and keep Ado alive for as long as possible, because 3 Cypher machines are completed and 2 Cypher machines are very close to being primed. Ado will be unfortunately taking that hit. He does have Tide Turner, so he will be trying to dive further away from the chair, and the 4th Cypher machines will be popping now, and the 5th Cypher machine is at 94%. So it is the endgame with 3 survivors available. Hunter also does have warp already available. She is making her way towards the opposite exit gate, and Kakaka is going in the opposite direction of the Hunter and trying to open up that exit gate. Tuna already realizes the Hunter is coming here, so he will be leaving the exit gate early and will be using his ball to dash forward. Hunter using warp to catch up, stunning the survivor, but oh yes, he will be going down here, and the exit gates are being opened 60%. It looks like the hunter will be carrying the survivor closer to the exit gate that's not being opened, and she doesn't have warp, so she has to run to the opposite gate, but it's already open, and that's a 2 survivor escape on the side of AXIZ survivors.
というのはやはりアン相手にはリスクだと思いますので、ガイドを避けて、そしてやっぱりその透明一撃からの肘当てっていうのは相当強いですから、
置いてから移動しやすいですからね、結構占い勝利大変だと思いますよこれ。
It is the FL Survivors versus the AXIZ Hunter. It will be Hermit on Ever Sleeping Town by Kakaka. It looks like he's already making his way towards the survivors, towards the middle. He will be waiting to make those connections, and he has finally made the connections on the map, and he is making his way towards Maken, who is the Gravekeeper. Can eat a lot of hits, not your ideal chase, but we'll see what this hunter does end up doing. It does look like he is going after Maken for now, trying to get that blue charge, but unable to get the blue charge on the survivor. He will already be breaking down these pallets, because once these 3 pallets are gone, there's nowhere to kite to in this area, so we'll be throwing that green charge as soon as he right outside of dig form. We'll be throwing down this pallet once again to maintain a safe distance away from this hunter, and the hunter will be chasing on foot, getting another blue charge on the survivor. The accessory also has changed to blue charge in order to share the damage, and it looks like, ooh, wonderful job with that. Ooh, we'll be getting that red charge on the ground, and the etymologist B is pushing the hunter away so that the hunter's attack recovery will be pushing away during attack recovery. Oh my goodness, he was trying to teleport to the second floor, but the bees pushed him away, and so he wasn't able to teleport. Amazing job on the side of the entomologist, buying Gravekeeper a little more time. It looks like he's trying to get another blue charge, and he is able to get another blue charge on the Gravekeeper. Gravekeeper, however, goes into his dig state right away, and that blue charge disappears. So he's buying so much time for his teammates right now, just spinning around these obstacles, and once he does get up, he can just utilize the, we'll be getting a hit here as soon as he gets out of his dig form. He will be throwing down those pallets and trying to ensure his safety, getting another blue charge on him, but this charge is also shared once again with MCO, so he will not be going down even if he is hit. Oh, blink hit, and more damage is added onto the Gravekeeper. Oh, we do have another teleport here, but the etymologist B is pushing, but he was able to down the Gravekeeper. So this is the first down for the Gravekeeper. If we look at the cipher machines, 1 cipher machine is completed. Oh, and the basement is here as well. That is not very good for the side of the survivors. If they had a priestess, it would have been a different story. If they possibly had maybe a wildling, it wouldn't have been that detrimental to the survivors. But if we look at, it looks like he's going to change the charges on the cipher machines, and it looks like Fire Investigator does have Tide Turner, so if there was an idealistic survivor coming for the save, it should be someone with Tide Turner so they can both get out of the basement. Gravekeeper also has Tide Turner, but he's unfortunately chaired first. It doesn't look like any of the survivors will be able to get the save before half. We do have Sasori hiding in graveyard, because that is where his cipher machine was. But the hunter is, the hunter has found him, but he missed his teleportation orb. Oh my goodness, once again, and then he will be able to stun him on his orb the second time. So we will be eating a hit and will be transitioning into the graveyard, getting another blue charge on Sasori and transitioning to the next pallet, but we'll be getting the assistance of the Seer Owl, and the Gravekeeper will be returning to the manor, getting the red charge onto Sasori, and Sasori will be eating another hit, but he was able to share that damage, I believe, with one of the survivors, so he isn't going down anytime soon. And it looks like the hunter changed the charges once again. He's going after Sasori. Sasori is going around the top, but the hunter is going straight to the middle. It looks like he might run into MCO, or he's just making sure to deter the cipher machines from being progressed. So it looks like he is going to change targets, and he is going to go for MCO at this time. There's a pallet here, but he's going to use his teleportation orb. wonderful precision and will be getting a hit onto Emko. Emko did use his jetpack to get away, but not jetpack, sorry, his fire investigator ball, and he will be teleporting away to the Cypher machine. Wonderful! Oh my goodness, wonderful charge, getting her down. All the survivors are injured. They can no longer share damage. If they share damage, they'll be going down. So they have to either sell or they need to heal up. But right now the survivors are concentrating on finishing these ciphers. The basement. He's bringing her back down to the basement. This is looking very bad for the side of the survivors. Cypher machine progress is good, but the survivors keep getting chaired in the basement, and they're all injured. So they're purposely having different charge colors in case one survivor goes down, they won't be going down with them. And the hunter is just going to allow the survivors to keep decoding and wait for this entomologist to expire. Entomologist does look like she's using her bees and placing them in different areas around the map, but there isn't much things for this entomologist to do. No one can make it down the basement without any injury. Oh, the cypher machines are primed, so are they attempting to make this save, or they'll just be popping and they will just be starting the endgame with two survivors using teleportation or to close the distance between the survivors and trying to land as close to Sasori as possible. Sasori was able to make it to this pallet and will be going back and forth here, will be getting stunned and he will be going down. And so this is looking like a 3-man elimination. The exit gate is being opened by Emko, but this looks like a 1-man escape for the side of FL. But Emko hasn't quite left. They could go for a global. Oh yes, and that is a win for AXIZ.
持ってきましたからね。
どっちも強いなこれ。
決め切ったんですよ。
本当に切れるハンターは賢い。
はい。
さあそれでは試合結果改めて見ていきます。ト選手単行者での獲得となりました。
グランドファイナルアクシズウェブ VS AWG がおそらくコイントスで獲得されていることでしょうか。
にはできるかなというところですね。
こちらが両チームの。
ここアット選手を追っていくとなると墓場のチェイスとかになるので、
It is the AXIZ survivors versus the AWG hunter. It is going to be Opera Singer on Ever Sleeping Town. She is swiftly moving towards Tuna, who is in that corner cypher machine near Fake Gate. Hasn't quite spotted him out. Oh, she found him out here in the open, in the edge of the map. Only 2 pallets to work with, but Puppeteer can take up a lot of hits, so hopefully he will be able to save himself from the situation. Running into the hunter, but amazing job. It was hit off with the puppet, so it's only 25% damage. And it looks like she's staying in this area. Oh, running into the hunter once again, but in puppet form, so only receiving 25% damage. Amazing predictions on the side of this puppeteer. Just really, hunter will be breaking these pallets, trying to dwindle the resources in this area. Puppeteer needs to transition away as soon as this second pallet is broken. Looks like he's going towards second story where there's 2 pallets down here. We'll be throwing both of them down. We'll be getting a hit, another hit with the puppet form, and oh my goodness, bullying kit, and he will be going down. Finally downing this survivor with 4 hits. Cypher machine is looking like it's not looking too bad. 84%, 78%, and 67%. However, there was a middle cypher machine that the survivor cannot work on anymore. So, and a survivor in the second floor that is being constantly interrupted. So 2 cypher machines are being delayed because of this placement of the puppeteer. We do see that Wildling is on his board and he's making his way to the chair. Will be eating a hit with the boar, and it looks like he's going to get off the board, get a normal hit, and get the save before half with Tide Turner. Tuna transitioning away from these cypher machines, will be making his way to the graveyard and dying as far away as possible. Hunter just cleaning up some of these pallets in order to deter the survivors from using them in the future. And Tuna will be falling down here at the very far corner inside graveyard. Hunter bringing him and most likely carrying him outside of graveyard, while the survivors did heal up the wildling, and 2 cipher machines have been completed. The 3rd cipher machine at 78% and the 4th cipher machine at 49%. Hunter is going to try and harass this. Oh, wonderful! Pallets done by the... I wasn't able to see the name, but able to come here and get the save while the hunter was away. Tuna is trying to transition into using his puppet form in order to get a hit and transition to this pallet safely without going down. We'll be going to the backside of this area. Only has 1 pallet to work with, but Hunter is so fast, running into the hunter, but Flywheel avoiding. Oh no! And unfortunately getting the terror shock while trying to vault that pallet. Was able to get that Flywheel, but it didn't last very long. It looks like he will be chaired for the 2nd time. 4 cipher machine completed, chaired for the 3rd time, and he will be returning to the manor. Hunter will be looking for the scratch marks on the ground, and it is going to be Takakao. It is the wildling, and it is not the most ideal chase because he is on his board, but if the hunter can down him as quickly as possible, it will not be a problem. We'll be eating a hit here, but we'll be able to vault, and the hunter will be looking around but continuously chasing this wildling because it is his 2nd or 3rd time on board, so the time on the board is lessened greatly and it will end eventually. However, he is still at full health and he is using the dash, and he is out here on the open. We'll be eating 1 hit, but the cipher machines are primed 99%, but there's 1 survivor waiting around to take a hit, and then we'll be popping that cipher machine and we'll be transitioning away. The painter is trying to get a painting done, but the hunter is breaking this pallet and catching up incredibly fast. Painting is almost done, but it's not quite. Oh, wonderful! He was able to place that painting, but it wasn't a full painting, so the stun wasn't as long. Trying to stay out in the open here because there's nowhere to go, and he will be going down, but both cipher exit gates are open, and that's a 2-man escape on the side of the... Oh, we have a coffin, and he's coffined the painter, so the painter can get out if he gets chaired. Trying to buy as much time as possible. We'll be leaving in the last minute, grabbing the painter, and she will be chairing him, and since the embalmer left, he can't use the coffin.
そうであったり救助ルートの良さが光りましたね。
そうですね。本来だったらその
バトルを丁寧なところに置いてラゼは十字取りです。
It is the AWG Survivors versus the AXIZ Hunter. It is on Ever Sleeping Town, and it will be the Shadow Ivy sending off her ghost immediately to the middle while looking around. Will be going towards Fake Gate, has seen the scratch marks of Kaeru, and it looks like she will be infecting Kaeru and will be teleporting to her right away. This may be the first target she wants to chase. Kaeru is the priestess. She can set up a lot of portals here. There are a lot of buildings here. She will be going through that portal right away, getting 100% corruption. More scare onto the priestess, and she will be getting a hit onto the priestess right away. Wow, early first hit. She is going towards graveyard where she can still utilize her portal. She does have 1 portal left to use. The ghost is still at quite a distance, but the main body and the ghost have started to sandwich her. She's walking backwards, and the priestess is getting 100% corruption again, but the hunter main body was not there. We'll be creating another portal to get to that window. The ghost is right on the priestess, and priestess is making another portal into the middle, is able to avoid any further damages for now. Hunter will be going right through those portals, and the ghost is right on Kaeru once again. Kaeru doing a very good job transitioning away. Will be getting more corruption onto Kaeru. 15% ghost is on Kaeru, keeping track of her. Will be getting the scare on Kaeru, 100% corruption, and will be going down. Cypher Machine looking pretty good. One Cypher Machine has been completed, second Cypher Machine at 92, and the third Cypher Machine at 84%. And the Hunter is once again sending the Ghost out in order to disrupt the Cypher Machine progress, but she has found the Magician on his way to the second floor, is waiting to infect the Magician while he's next to the Cypher Machine. Will be also infecting the Mercenary while the Mercenary is coming in for the save, trying to get 100% scare, 89% scare, but oh, he did get the save off onto the Priestess without getting any damage. Wow, he can come for another rescue because he has no damage, but the Priestess will be dying as far away in the corner as possible. The Ghost meanwhile going to infect another survivor while the Hunter is bringing the Priestess to the chair for the second time. She was saved before half, so the Mercenary once again is full health. He can come in for the second save. Looks like the Magician will be infected once again, but away from the Cypher Machine, so it won't be disrupting his Cypher Machine progress. Ghost going all the way to Graveyard and also stopping the Psychologist's Cypher Machine. Will be infecting the Mercenary once again. Mercenary standing by, will be getting the save, trying to get the body block. Didn't get a hit. The Priestess was able to go through the portal and escape the Hunter. So she was able to escape once again without Tide Turner, and she's already making her way to the other side of the map, but it doesn't matter since the Hunter can teleport and down her right away. Cypher Machines are looking so good, but the Priestess is returning to the manor. Fourth Cypher Machine is almost completed at 99%. Oh, and she teleports right to the Cypher. Oh, that was a 90% Cypher. And one Cypher Machine is complete. Hunter is trying to get the scare onto the Magician. It's at 64%. And the Hunter is back on the Magician. The survivors need to try and start a new Cypher Machine. The Mercenary was healed by the Psychologist whistle. The Ghost is guarding the second story Cypher Machine, and the main body is still chasing a survivor. It looks like it is still the Magician, and the Ghost is still unable to find a survivor. It looks like none of the survivors are even going close to that second story Cypher Machine. And the Ghost is still trying to look for someone. Finally seeing some scratch marks on the ground, she has caught sight of Baro 2, will be infecting her and teleporting 100%, and she is getting damage onto the survivor, but she is still at full health, so she is able to escape. 2 additional Cypher Machines are being worked on in order to disperse the Hunter's attention. Will be getting an infection onto the Mercenary and attempting to get another infection on Namiko. Will be getting that infection on Namiko and bringing the Ghost right back to the second story because she needs to guard this 90% Cypher Machine. And it looks like the Ghost, Hunter is teleporting to the Magician, and Ghost is back on the second story. Survivor is trying to get rid of that tablet. Will be infecting her right away and teleporting to the Psychologist, getting 100%. Corruption and downing the Psychologist right away. Looks like the Psychologist will be going on the chair for the first time. And the other Cypher Machines are at 60 and 42. They are unable to touch this 90% Cypher Machine. Will be infecting the Mercenary and will be going to infect the Magician once again. Just doing a very good job infecting all the survivors and keeping a lot of corruption tablets all around the area. Will be teleporting to the Magician and will be trying to stop him from getting any more decoding in, while the Mercenary did get that backdoor save onto the Psychologist, trying to bake those tablets there. Hunter is aware of this fact. And it looks like the Hunter has found Namiko once again. The Ghost is chasing Namiko and the main body is chasing AEZ. The psychologist is still running around, not sure where she is yet, will be infecting the magician right away. Psychologist working on another cipher machine, trying to prime up those cipher machines. Ghost will be going towards psychologist. Cipher machine will be infecting her and teleporting to her right away. She has been on the chair once, so if she chairs a survivor 2 more times, she can be returning to the manor. It looks like the mercenary will be coming in here trying to stop the main body. Will be getting a pallet stun onto the hunter, and hunter will be teleporting right away to the mercenary, getting 100%. Corruption will be eating one hit. The survivors are slowly dwindling down their resources and are all starting to get injured. Cipher machines have popped, and Nameko is running towards the gate. The ghost is going after Nameko, and Baruto is trying to open up that opposite exit gate, but Hunter will be teleporting to Baruto right away. He will be using his magician's stick to escape the hunter once more, going into this area of walls. Blink, but she misses her. Blink will be getting the hit. Oh my goodness, she missed again. Another magician's stick. She's lost track of this magician, but magician is still alive and running around. Hunter is trying to down this magician. Mercenary's exit gate is open, and it looks like the psychologist is also going towards that open exit gate. The magician trying to make his way towards the dungeon, getting a scare onto the magician. 84% corruption. She just needs to infect him and teleport him, and he'll get 100% corruption. 2 survivors have already left, and magician is making his way towards the last cipher machine. Looking very hard because the hunter does still have detention. Magician trying to stay alive in between this one pallet. 100% corruption, and the magician will be going down, and that's a 2-man escape on the side of AWG survivors.
そうなってましたね。もうウニオンでしたね。あのルートは何ですか、あれは。あれ、覇者マリをドンピシャに当てるという。
It is the AWG Survivors versus AXIZ Hunter RYZ on the Sacred Heart Hospital, with Dream Mitch making his way right away inside the hospital, going towards Birdcage. Will be exiting out of Birdcage, and AZ is in the area, but she is not going to spend any time with him, and she's going straight to Kaoru, who is the female dancer. There will be already a leech on Kaoru, and the leech will be right next to the cipher machine and is gonna destroy that music box, setting up another slow music box here and covering the slow music box with the pallet, and is waiting at this. Oh, we'll be running into the hunter. Wonderful sandwich on the side of the dream, which will be eating the first hit, breaking those pallets and getting rid of that music box. Only one music box left to utilize. She will be making herself into Birdcage. We have the support of the coordinator, gonna throw down that pallet, and she could also possibly shoot one of the followers if necessary. The hunter will be putting on another leech, one onto the coordinator, and the hunter will be going after this female dancer once again. Female dancer did place another slow music box, but she's staying away, will be able to spin and get away from the sandwich situation to the next 2 pallets in this area. Oh, but she is getting sandwiched here. Will be blinking and downing her right away. Wow, just wonderful setting up the followers on the side of this dream witch, and the multitasking is just amazing. 1 cipher machine has been completed, the second cipher machine at 53%, third at 26%, and the 4th cipher machine at 24%. We'll be putting a leech onto the wildling as the wildling comes in here for the save. He is on his board, so he won't be taking any damage directly unless he gets off that board, and he is going to buy some time here before getting the save. We'll be getting the normal hit and getting the save with Tide Turner before half. Will be taking the hit right away by the female dancer. The wildling is trying to avoid getting a double down here, and the hunter is bringing one of the followers to the wildling, and one of the followers are following Kaoru. Hunter needs to make sure not to lose sight of Kairu, and she does have a follower on Kairu. Main body is in the main hospital building at this time, and it looks like she will be cheering the female dancer for the second time at statue, and her main body is still in the area looking for some survivors. The follower is waiting around at the walls. It looks like the Wilding was able to remove his leech, and there is just one leech on the female dancer. The hunter is pressuring the acrobat, and the coordinator. Oh, she misses her stun gun. Oh, she'll just take a normal hit and will be getting the save onto the survivor. Blink hit and downing Nameko right away. However, the female dancer has been able to survive so far. Is throwing down that pallet. She needs to get into a very good kiting area to stay alive, but she is getting sandwiched by these two followers. She's trying to make it to the next pallet, but she is not able to make it to the next pallet, and that is a double down on the side of this hunter. She will be cheering the coordinator at statue and the female dancer at ruins, outside of ruins, and the female dancer is going to be returning to the manor. 2 cipher machines completed, the third cipher machine at 80, fourth cipher machine at 82, and the last cipher machine at 53. As long as they avoided this double down, they could have more cipher progress, but getting the firebomb onto the follower, getting the normal hit, and getting the save onto the coordinator. Coordinator does have a leech on her, so that means there will be 2 little followers following her around, but it looks like the hunter will be chasing her with both followers and not going after the acrobat. Blink hit, but she misses, and she's able to get out a little further. Main body is going to leech the acrobat and keep him from being free. And the main body is going towards Birdcage and towards AEZ. Gonna make sure to try and deter this cipher progress. Will be getting on his board right away, and another follower here at around Nameko, another follower here around the acrobat, 1 follower for each of the survivors. Wow, it's just a lot of multitasking here. Let's see, it looks like this is the wildlings, this is the acrobats, this is back to the wildlings follower. That was the coordinator's follower. It looks like the hunter has found the wildling and will be going after the wildling for now. Yeah, just going back and forth a lot, camping this pallet. Oh, getting the terror shock on that. He did not see the hunter coming from the back, and he is going to be going down for the first time. And it looks like the cipher machines, 3 cipher machines have been completed. We have the third, fourth, and fifth cipher machine almost primed. They're around 80. They just need to get that primed, but they're both injured. They can't go for the save. They need to get these cipher machines primed up. The survivor is slowly running out of options here. There is a leech on the acrobat, and acrobat is just holding his ball, so as soon as the hunter approaches too closely, he can use the ball to create some distance. Will be leeching the acrobat borrow 2 once again. Main body follower sandwiching between the leech and the main body. Will be able to get the ball and getting to the chair. Will be getting the save. Wildling is on his board, and he was able to run away. Wonderful push from the Wildling, freeing the acrobat. Oh my goodness, amazing. Oh, coordination, but the acrobat will be going down, and he will be getting cheered. AEZ, however, is freely moving around for now. The 4th cipher machine has just been completed. The last cipher machine at 83 or 88%. They just need to prime up 1 cipher machine, and if there's 1 cipher machine primed, they can go for this save. Wildling trying to de-leech himself. Oh, blinking and downing the Wildling right away. Hunter Ryu leeching the Wildling just as soon as he was hit by his leech follower. the main body's leech or one of the followers will be going for the inside, going for the coordinator, and will be re-chairing the wildling. The wildling was saved after half, so he will be returning to the mana right away, blinking through that pallet and closing the distance immediately, trying to get to the pallet again, but she just doesn't have enough distance and will be going down, and that's a 4-man elimination for RYC's Hunter.
でもありましたよね。じゃあこれが魔女全盛期だったらサバイバーも魔女チェイスは女神の奥を取った今回となりました。はい。
It is the AXIZ Survivors versus the AWG Hunter. It will be Ivy on the Sacred Heart Hospital. Will be sending her ghost straight to Birdcage where Nyan is working on that cipher machine. But it doesn't look like the Hunter plans on chasing her. Changing targets to Kakaka, who is the first officer, will be putting infecting him and will be putting a scare on him. And the ghost is walking towards Ado, and the main body is still on the first officer, and it does look like she is gonna chase this first officer. It might be she's baiting him out so he can use up his items, but oh, she has continued to stay next to him, trying to land a scare onto him, and he is just doing a very amazing job avoiding this corruption and also avoiding these hits. He is doing a very good job moving in unpredictable areas. Will be going to this pallet, but he will be walking straight through it, does not plan on throwing it down. Will be transitioning to the other pallet, will be able to throw this pallet down. Corruption at 59%, and the Hunter is still going for Kakaka, making it to, oh, blink him and misses, and he's using his pocket watch for the second time. He is buying so much time, and Hunter still plans on chasing him. Oh, she's turning and going to the wrong places. Will be changing targets as soon as he finishes using his second pocket watch. Will be changing targets to the prospector. Is keeping tabs on him with the ghost and trying to get more scare onto the prospector. And the ghost moving back to the first officer once again. First officer will be vaulting that window and going outside of Birdcage, going all the way around. The Hunter is waiting at the entrance of Birdcage, but the pallet was taken down, so it doesn't look like she will be able to run into him. He is staying alive at this pallet, but this area has the tablet and there's a lot of corruption. Oh, we'll be getting 100% corruption. Will finally be able to land a hit onto the first officer. First officer going back into the hospital and trying to kite out a little longer using this window. The ghost is going towards Nyan, and the main body is following him upstairs. And she is gonna drop down here instead of going through that pallet, and the ghost infecting the psychologists and teleporting to the psychologists, changing targets once again. And it looks like she will be chasing the psychologist for now, taking a vault there, waiting, ghost waiting by at that pallet, and she's not able to get that vault, she just didn't have enough distance. She will be taking the first hit, but she is the psychologist, so she does get that free heal in the beginning. That stress will be eating up one of the hits from the Hunters. The main body is continuously chasing the psychologist as she moves to a better kiting area. She will be throwing down these pallets. Was able to make that pallet and trying to transition away. Ghost still here at Birdcage, and Hunter teleporting to the Auto, who is the prospector, trying to get more corruption onto him. Wasn't able to get 100% corruption, still at 68%, 70. Corruption is, we'll be teleporting right next to him. We'll be flywheeling and getting rid of that corruption. The Hunter has to restack up these corruptions. Hunter is sending her ghost back to Nyan and will be going after her for now. The ghost is still inside of Birdcage. Main body is going and chasing Nyan once again. She is just changing engaging targets left and right. Meanwhile, Cypher machines are just progressing incredibly well. 3 Cypher machines have already been completed, and there are 3 Cypher machines that are almost primed. 4th Cypher machine is completed. Hunter is just struggling here to down a survivor, and it looks like she'll be recalling the ghost back to her, teleporting to the birdcage. The Cypher machine's already primed at 98%. Survivors just need to get that primed Cypher machine and pop it eventually, but it does look like the Hunter is just chasing Auto for now, changing targets once again, running into the first officer. He was opening up a chest box, but will be eating that hit. Instead, the first officer was able to get a magician's stick, and so he can utilize that for his end kite, and the survivors are just spread out very well, is trying to avoid getting any more hits here. 85% corruption, and will be going down, and the Cypher machines have been popped. It is the end game. No survivors have been chaired, and the Hunter is still going after this first officer. Will be blinking through that window and closing the distance using this magician's stick, and was able to avoid another hit. He is able to get safely behind a pallet, and he can also wait before 100% corruption, and will be going down for the second time. However, this is his first chair, and the exit gate is opened by the prospector, and this is looking like a 3-man escape. There are no survivors in the shack exit gate, and the survivors are just leaving one by one. Tuna is making his way to the exit gate, and that's a 3-man escape for AXIZ.
いう展開でした。
はい。追うというのがしたいんですよね。
そうですね。追っていく先。
It is the AXIZ survivors versus the AWG Hunter, and on Arms Factory, played by Yukakina, will be throwing his cats right away, jumping and getting closer to the spawn points of the survivors. It does look like she has made her way to the middle, will not be going into the walls. Ado and Takako is in this area, and it looks like she will be throwing her cats towards Takako, and will be landing her cats, will be destroying this pallet and making her way towards Takako. He already used his jetpack to get inside of the shack, and Hunter will be following him very closely. He will be making his way around, already threw down that pallet. Hunter will be breaking that pallet, and he will be leaving this area. Hunter will be throwing her cats down and jumping and closing the distance between her and this survivor. He still has 2 more jetpacks to work with, and he will be using it right away, transitioning into factory, and the cat's cooldown has just finished. Will be using them right away, will be able to get the land onto the, will be getting the first hit onto the airplane. This airplane is transitioning and going right outside the window and going all the way around. The female dancers already have all these boxes around this area, so he can kite in this area for an incredibly long time. Hunter will be breaking that slow box inside the doorway of the factory, and the airplanes will be moving away, making his way towards the corner walls. Will be using his jetpack once again to get the distance, closing the distance with warp, catching the airplanist outside of walls. Airplane is trying to do his best and stay alive at this pallet, but wonderful job downing him right away. 1 Cypher machine has been completed, another Cypher machine at 88 and 87%. These Cypher machines will be completed very shortly. It does look like Nyan is already making his way towards the chair. It is the forward, and he has a lot of rugby ball to use, and stunning this Hunter could really help prolong the airplane's kite. But it looks like Ado will be in the area, and it looks like she's going to be coming for the save. She does not have, oh, we have 2 survivors coming in for the save here. Was able to stun the barmaid, but not stunning another survivor. Oh, wonderful job. the barmaid taking the cat for the forward, getting the save onto the airplanist right away. Hunter hitting the airplanist, and forward still at full health. Airplanist getting saved with this tide turner. Hunter will be just cleaning up the music boxes in this area, doesn't want to give the survivors any more advantages. Airplanist does not have any more jetpacks to work with, so he's gonna need a lot of support from the forward. 3 cipher machines have been completed. The 4th cipher machine at 33% and the 5th cipher machine at 30%. We already see Ford is coming in here with the stun and was able to stun the hunter, and he will be getting the save off onto the airplanist. And the hunter will be throwing her cats. He will be blocking the doorway. Amazing job in the positioning. Hunter is not able to go past him. All the work was not inside the house. She was outside the house, but she was able to catch up. Stunning. Oh, stunning. And the forward once again blocking the entrance. The hunter has to go all the way around. And the cipher progress is looking incredibly good. 86% on the 4th cipher machine, 85% on the last cipher machine. Another stun by the forward. The survivors are not allowing this airplanist to go down anytime soon. Cipher machines are primed. It is the end game, and they have 3 survivors available. Downing the airplanist, but cipher machines popped, and he will be getting back up and trying to kite around these walls. Exit gates are already being opened at 60%. Hunter throwing the cats in the direction of the airplanist. Airplane is dying far away in this corner, and the hunter will be able to secure this 1-person elimination. 2 survivors already at the exit gate, and Tuna is making his way towards the exit gate. So it looks like it will be a 3-man escape on the side of AXIZ survivors.
目の救助シーンですけれども、パリッツさんもおっしゃってましたけども、バーメイドそうですね。
2匹の猫をバーメイドに取られたなら3
逃げをしたい上で、ここは仲直りなしというのはちょっと積み。
It is the AWG survivors going against AXIZ Hunter Kakaka as the Soul Weaver on Arms Factory. It looks like he's going to be making his way straight to Arms Factory. He will be running into Kaeru, but he is in the opposite side of the wall. Kaeru is just waiting for the hunter to come closer. She will be just waiting for the hunter. Hunter may be waiting for a few webs to go back and forth. Will be vaulting that window, and Kaeru already set up a slow music box at the wall so she can transition into the factory once again. Hunter will be breaking that music box immediately. Kaeru taking the window vault, running towards the front door, but Hunter has already blocking that area. Will be putting webs all over this area so that she can't go into the building. She's running into the Hunter, and she will be able to take a hit onto the female dancer for the first time. Will be breaking that pallet right away. The survivor cannot utilize inside a factory because it is webbed completely. So these are the only options she has left. Oh, blink down, and she goes down very quickly. Amazing strategy on the side of Kakaka. This will be the first time that the female dancer is going down and is chaired. The basement is in factory, and Hunter is bringing her down to the factory. Cipher machines, however, 2 cipher machines are almost complete, and the 3rd cipher machine is at 69%. And if we do see, Hunter is gonna go back and forth at the bottom next to the chair.
ただこの時間で雲糸もしっかり貯めれる。どうしていくか。
She is expecting the Gravekeeper, so we'll be getting a hit onto the Gravekeeper, and the Gravekeeper will be able to get a save before half. The Gravekeeper will be staying behind. And she will be able to down the dancer. Dancer will be vaulting that pallet. Hunter will be leaving this area and allowing the Gravekeeper to leave this basement safely because he doesn't want to lose track of this female dancer. Female dancer was able to rotate to the corner walls to a much better kiting area. while she had Ty Turner the...
救助というところも考えていたかもしれませんが、そうはさせませんでした。
雲糸も100あります。
救助行きますか。
はい。
He will be hiding behind that window. Hunter has not been able to locate him quite yet, but she will be putting some webs in this area, so if a survivor does come for the save, she will be having fast movement speed. Two cipher machines completed. Oh, it was not the prisoner. Oh my goodness. And was going to be missing the spit. Will be getting a normal hit and will be getting the save before half. He does have a... Oh, okay. Painter went down for the female dancer. He wasn't able to utilize his... Oh, but there wasn't anywhere for her to go, so she will be going down immediately. It is her third chair time on the chair, so she will be returning to the manor. 3 cipher machines completed. The third cipher machine at 70%. Fourth cipher machine at 74%. Fifth cipher machine at 55%. It looks like the hunter will be going ahead and chairing the painter in the middle cipher so that he can stop the cipher machine from being primed. It's a 99%. He was able to prime it and pop that cipher machine. Oh, he got a normal hit onto the survivor. Last cipher machine at 89%. He's gonna teleport to the last cipher machine, but it is the gravekeeper and he is in his dig form, so the hunter has to hit him additional times in order to down the survivor, and he is doing a very good job transitioning away from that last cipher and away from the basement. The survivors will be healing at this time. Hunter will be throwing a spit, but she will be missing and will be following this gravekeeper once again. And it doesn't look like she's gonna stay on the gravekeeper. She is gonna go towards the survivors. The painter was healed up, and it looks like he's waiting around at the pallet. Hunter is just trying to protect this last cipher machine. It is at 89%, so if a survivor does get close to it, it will be primed. So the hunter has to go back and forth here. Can't really commit to a survivor yet, but hunter will be being very careful here, going back and forth, trying to catch sight of this painter, but was not able to run into the survivor. And the survivors are once again healing in that pallet, and he did get a heal off onto Batoru. Batoru will be going towards the last cipher machine. Gravekeeper going into his dig farm as soon as the hunter comes close, and it looks like the hunter does know that the patient is going towards that last cipher machine. He is at full health, so he may be able to pull off something, but it does look like the survivors are starting a new cipher machine. The patient may just be feeding tinnitus and making sure that the hunter can't actually leave that area. And the new cipher machine that is being worked on is already at 40%. The hunter needs to just down one more survivor in order to win this round, since in the previous round, AXIZ survivors, 3 survivors, oh wonderful, pallet stun, was able to get a vault as well, but ran into one of the webs, so now he has very slow movement speed. If he downs a survivor with just the webs, that means if they pop that last cipher, there won't be attack recovery, so the survivor has to do his best to get away from this hunter. And the other cipher machine that they've started on is being primed at 98%, so it is primed. Hunter, a survivor getting another pallet stun, will be transitioning back into the factory. We'll be trying to remove some of the webs, missing another spit, and cipher machines have been popped. It is the end game. Hunter is making sure she doesn't lose sight of this. Oh, he'll be changing targets and going towards a bot. There was a survivor that was able to find a bot. We'll be downing this bot, and this exit gate will not be able to it won't be open for now. Hunter making her way back to the patient. Nope, he will be going towards that survivor that has a lot of crows, AEZ, who is the gravekeeper, while patient is trying to go to the opposite exit gate. One of the exit gates are at 74%. Hunter is seeing the scratch marks of a survivor. It is AEZ, and AEZ is trying to stay alive in this area. Hunter did not swing. just going back and forth at this window, but he stopped and he will be getting down with the speed boost from the spider's webs. He will be carrying the Gravekeeper here. It's going to be a very hard save because this hunter has detention. We do see that basement is in the middle of the map, and it looks like Baruto is going towards the chair, and so is Nameko. They're both at a safe distance away from the chair. If the hunter does end up chasing one of the survivors, the other survivor will go and save the Gravekeeper. Why are they working so hard? Because in the previous matchup, AXIZ survivors got a 3-man escape. In order to tie up this round, the AWG survivors also need to get that 3-man escape. So what the survivors are going to try to do here is open up this exit gate and get a save onto the Gravekeeper, but the hunter does have tinnitus and she is sensing that there is a lot of survivors in this area, and there is one nearby, but it looks like the hunter is going to be able to see him. Oh, wonderful painting by the painter. Painter will be also eating these webs so that he won't be slowed. She's body blocking for the... Oh, we'll be taking a normal hit. Oh, detention is over. We'll be teleporting to the gate, but he wasn't able to... Oh, the gate is open. Oh my goodness. Oh, the gate is not open. Never mind, it's at 75%. We'll be taking a normal hit, but detention's over, but all the survivors are injured, so that means they won't be able to get out and they will be going down with one swing. And so all the survivors are scrambling to go to the opposite side of the gate, which is already been open, but they're all together getting a spit right onto the... Oh my goodness! As he was getting sucked into the painting, he got a hit onto the Gravekeeper, and the Gravekeeper will be going down, and he will be returning to the manor. It looks like this is going to be a 2-survivor escape on the side of AWG.
オルゴールでという対決にはまずはなっていきましたが、
しっかり通電後刺さっていきました。はい。本当にこう、大使の動きが非常に難しいですね。結局弱2回閉じ込められてしまうと。
It is the AWG survivors versus the AXIZ hunter. It will be Bonbon on Chinatown by Kakaka. He's already making his way towards the middle. He hasn't been able to see a survivor quite yet. AEZ is on to the right, but he won't be going for that survivor. It does look like he is going for Baruto, who is the seer. He will be making his way towards inside this building and trying to see if a survivor is hiding here. He will be going back outside towards the middle. We'll be running into him, but he will be turning and unable to see the seer. Hunter is going to make his way around the building, trying to look at every single corner just in case there is a survivor there, but tinnitus isn't triggered and there are no scratch marks on the ground, so he does not know what happened to this seer. He has tinnitus once again. There is Kairu and Nameko in the direction in which he is walking, but it does look like he is making his way to the opposite side of the bridge. I mean, the tunnel. Will be running into the prospector, flywheeling and avoiding any damage using the magnet to push the hunter away. Not able to get a single hit. Will be finally eating a hit here, and he will be transitioning to the hotel. Hotel is the area where Batoru is currently decoding, so he needs to be careful not to run into him. We'll be throwing in another magnet and avoiding more bombs, making his way towards the entrance. We'll be getting a stun onto the hunter, helping him transition into the second-story bridge. He will be going out. The seer has stayed out of sight of the hunter and is safe for the time being. Is throwing lots of bombs onto the prospector and going down this bridge so he can't make his way above it. We'll be trying to get a magnet, but unable to, kind of caught in the corner with nothing to work with. So he will be going down for the first time. One cipher machine has been completed, the second at 77, the third at 58, and the fourth cipher machine at 45%. We already see AAZ is coming in for the safe. Hunter is setting up a lot of bombs that are connected, so they will all pop at once, and he's creating a complete minefield here. It's very dangerous for a survivor to come for the save. He is using his football to get right to the chair. Oh, He will be getting a stun onto the Hunter with no damage onto the forward. Will be getting a save with tight Turner, and the Hunter is back chasing this survivor. The body forward is body blocking and camping this pallet for the survivor. Oh, warping right to the bottom so he doesn't have to follow and go through that pallet where the forward is. Will be throwing more bombs in the area, getting another stun out with the magnet, being able to vault and transition. Will be eating a bomb, but the Seer will be trying to body block for this. Oh, Prospector, oh my goodness, the support is amazing for the side of the AWG survivors. He will be able to get that vault down and enter the go to the first floor. Hunter will be backtracking, looking at where the survivor is and dropping down when he sees the survivor transitioning away, closing the distance once again. Oh, and a wonderful snipe with his bombs. He will be going down for the second time. 3 Cypher machines are completed, the 4th at 71 and the 5th at 74%. They're moving quite similarly. Hunter will be throwing a bomb at one of the Cypher machine, and the survivor will not be able to prime up that Cypher machine. There is also Seer going behind the building into the tunnel to get this save. Will be getting a snipe bomb onto the Seer. It's getting very dangerous. Seer does have an owl to utilize, so as long as he is able to do so, will be going down, unable to use the the Cypher machine half pop to get the save onto the survivor, but Hunter is very close and right behind the Seer. Seer is eating an owl and will be going down with a detention hit. He was already injured, but he will be chaired for the first time. It looks like Hunter will be bringing him closer to the exit gate, making sure that there isn't a survivor in the vicinity. Opening up, AZ is opening up that hotel exit gate, but the Hunter will be throwing bombs his way so that he can't get any progress. We also see a survivor inside hotel near the doors, also waiting to go for the save if the Hunter does choose to leave the chair. Getting a lot of damage onto this forward, 75% damage while he's trying to open up that exit gate. It is at 69%, but he isn't able to get it open for now. Hunter just, wonderful job just avoiding any more damage. We do have the Prospector is in the area trying to get that save up to the survivor, but it doesn't look like that's gonna be possible at this point. The exit gate is open, but trying to get a stun with this magnet onto the Hunter. Hunter throwing down another bomb. Prospector eating a lot of hits here. Hunter is not going to be leaving this survivor anytime soon. He refuses to leave the survivor. Warping, getting the warp set up, will be warping to the gate and trying to get the Prospector flywheeling, avoiding the hit, and we have the fire investigator is still outside in this map. The dungeon is in the opposite corner of where the fire investigator is, and the Hunter is just trying to snipe up this last Hunter. There is only one exit gate open, and so he has to make his way all the way to the opposite exit gate where he has to go look for a dungeon, but unfortunately Crows will be on the survivor since he wasn't doing anything for quite some time, and the Hunter will be able to snipe out Kairu running to the red building expecting the dungeon to be there, but the dungeon is not there, so he has to make his way all the way around to another location. The survivors were around tunnels, so they do know that the dungeon is not there. Looks like Kairu is trying to make it to the exit gate. He's using his ball to dash towards the exit gate. He's getting so close. Another ball ready for him to bounce off and dash to the exit gate. The Hunter is throwing off bomb at his feet. One bomb hit, but he was able to get that 3-man escape.
AWG にオフェンスを使わせるだけであれば AWG がセットを獲得。まずこの逆転に向けて
アクシズはどちらを見ているかですよ。ここで結婚者を見てるかいいんじゃ。
It is the AXIZ survivors versus AWG Hunter. It will be the Hermit on Chinatown by Yukakina. He will be also making these charges right away in the beginning of the game, and he is making his way towards Takakao. Takakao is the mercenary who is the rescuer for the side of the survivors. He's also looking around. He does see that if he goes to his right, he will also continue to see Ado, but it looks like he will be chasing the mercenary, trying to get a blue charge on him, but hasn't been able to quite land it. He will be going around inside the tunnel, and the hunter will just be following him very closely. Was able to use an elbow pad to get closer and turn the curb so that he doesn't get a charge on the mercenary, and the hunter is continuously following him, just running circles around this one area of the building. He is staying out of line of sight, using his elbow pad once again and continuously staying out of line of sight. Hunter using whip and getting right in front of the survivor, but he uses elbow pad to get out of the way right away, but he is finally going to get a blue charge, and he is out of items. The survivors have all changed to blue charges, so they will be sharing this damage if he does get hit. Hunter is going to try and land a red charge, and getting a red charge, stunning the survivor, and he will be landing his first hit. The damage was shared between Tuna and Ado, so it wasn't not a lot. Will be missing his teleportation orb, will be breaking this pallet, and will be back on trying to get a charge onto the mercenary. Was not able to get the blue charge on the mercenary. Mercenary is just doing a very good job avoiding these charges. Will be making his way to the corner. Was able to throw it down without getting any injury. He is able to transition once again into a better kiting area. Will be getting the blue charge on the mercenary. Mercenary has to be careful not to get another red charge. And the mercenary is staying alive very well in this area. These survivors are not changing to blue charges. It looks like they're gonna allow him to take the full hit. Hunter teleportation, oh, but he misses, and he will get a normal charge here. Will be taking the hit, and he will be transitioning to the corner of this map. Will be throwing down that pallet and trying to stay alive in this area. Hunter will be breaking these pallets, dwindling the resources at this corner. There isn't much places you can move out of this corner since he doesn't have an elbow pad. And it looks like he's going to have another blue charge on the survivor. The survivors are not going to share this charge, and he will be going down for the first time. One cipher machine has already been completed. The second cipher machine at 66 and the third cipher machine at 65. It looks like 3 cipher machines will be completed. 4 cipher machines will be completed very soon, and the last cipher machine is at 35%. So it's looking very good for the side of the survivors. Hunter is checking the connections on his cipher machines, making sure that he knows the amount of progress that is being made. Nyan is coming in for the save here. Going to get that save before half. Hunter getting ready to use his charge. He needs to get the save before half so that he can use his coffin. If he needs to be saved the second time, will be getting continuously stunned here. Oh, fly away, but the save was after half, so if he goes down, he will not be able to utilize his coffin. Will be getting the blue charge and the red stun onto the survivor. Oh, we have Enchantress waiting around to stun the hunter. Will be getting the body block, and was able to keep Kakaka alive for a little longer. Survive Hunter using warp to close the distance and downing the mercenary right away. The cipher machines are not primed. Oh, wonderful stun by the Enchantress. And Hunter has, oh my goodness, she has free the, oh my goodness, he downed him right away, so she continuously stunning the hunter and freeing the mercenary. Oh, we have more support from Tuna. Tuna is trying to get, oh my goodness, 2 survivors have died for Kakaka, but the cipher machine is still not primed, and that is 2 people down. And the mercenary is returning to the mana. Looks like Hunter will be also cheering Yukakina. This is suddenly looking incredibly dangerous for the side of the hunters. Oh my goodness. Ado had a charge with the Weeping Cloud, and he was eliminated. He will be using self-heal, getting back up and priming up that cipher machine. And the cipher machine will be primed 99%. just trying to do a little mind games before getting the save on Tuna. Doesn't want to get him down immediately. Trying to body block here. He will be missing. Tuna making his way inside. Hotel will be getting down, and the Cypher Machines will be popping. This is a 3-man endgame for the side of the survivors. Hunter changing targets to Nyan. Going after this, Enchantress was not able to land that stun. Oh, will be able to land that stun here, but they jammed the charges, so she will not be going down. She's going towards the... Oh, Hunter will be changing targets, and he's going towards Tuna, effectively communicating between the survivors. Tuna will be leaving the exit gate as soon as the Hunter left the Enchantress. Will be using his teleportation, unable to get a charge onto Tuna, unable to stun him, missing another stun, using his rocket, and he's going towards back out. So over here, it looks like he is making his way towards the tunnel area. Hunter will be throwing another charge. Oh, not the tunnel, the lanterns, and making his way. Oh, Hunter is gonna warp to the exit gate. Arrow has already opened the exit gate. He's gonna go back, noticing that the exit gate is already open. 2 exit gates are already open. Tuna is using his rocket to make it to the exit gate. He just needs to land the charge. He was able to land the charge, but the damage is shared, and he's gonna make it to the exit gate. He needs to change. Oh, we have a blue teleportation orb will be hitting, but can he crawl out? He is crawling, and he is able to go out, and that's a 2-man escape on the side of AXIZ survivors.
はい、とにかくつながった声が出た、瞬間でしたね、本当に。ファーストチェイスどこで繰り広げられていくでしょう。
It is the AWG survivors versus AXIZ Hunter Bonbon on the Red Church by Kakaka. Bonbon was only able to eliminate 1 survivor in the previous game. We'll see how well he does against these survivors in this round. It does look like he sees the scratch marks of one of the survivors, AEZ. He is the Gravekeeper, but he hasn't left the building quite yet. He's going to be leaving through the door exit. Has also seen the scratch marks of another survivor, but will not be chasing her and will be going for this Gravekeeper. And it looks like Gravekeeper will already throw down that pallet and go into his shovel form, avoiding these bombs. And the Hunter will be breaking these pallets so that he can't keep hiding underneath it. It looks like he will be trying to avoid these bombs, going to the edge of the map. It is a very dangerous area here. Has 1 pallet to work with, will be throwing it down, and has to transition out as soon as the Hunter breaks this pallet. He will be continuously sending bombs his way, was able to get into his shovel, will be hit out of his shovel right away, but he does not have any damage on him quite yet. Hunter will be getting his timer bomb and landing 1 bomb hit onto AEZ, but AEZ is already transitioning out and making his way towards the church. We do have the priestess here in the open, will be eating a normal hit. She was caught off guard. She expected the Hunter to continuously chase the Gravekeeper, but a lot of walls to utilize here. She can make long portals here to avoid the Hunter. Hunter taking a look at where the Gravekeeper is while still chasing the priestess, changing targets midway, but she will be able to get a portal in there. It does look like he decided to change targets as soon as he noticed that there are a lot of portal placements inside of church, blinking and downing her right away. So in this case, it may have been a good call for Kakaka to change targets because she already set up so many portals inside of Red Church. So the Hunter will just continuously be going into these portals while chasing the Gravekeeper. So in order to counter that, the Hunter just changed targets right away. We'll be breaking all these pallets. There are no pallets in this area because the Gravekeeper threw them down and the Hunter broke them all. It does look like Batoru is coming in for the save. Batoru is the airplanist. He does have Tide Turner and 3 jetpacks to work with, but look at the area, it's completely bombed off. We'll be getting the save. Oh, wonderful, but the Hunter will be getting a normal hit right onto the priestess right away. But Toro being able to save without going down is incredibly good on the side of the survivors. Priestess making her way into the church. Hunter throwing bombs at the Gravekeeper. Priestess going to the corner and will be going down. We see that the Prospector is in this area trying to free the Priestess from going down. Hunter will just be walking and allowing to get the stun onto the Priestess. Priestess is still stuck in this area. Priestess will be leaving the red church and going around, will get a stun with the Prospectors. The Magnet will be trying to make her way to the window, but she's getting so much damage and she's on the opposite side of the window. Another Magnet is ready onto the Hunter will be able to struggle free again. Hunter throwing down these pallets, and downing her immediately, but Prospector is out of magnets, so he can't continue to harass the Hunter at this moment. Hunter is not going to be cheering this Priestess in the basement. He's taking her towards the Cypher Machine where AXIZ is currently working on. This is the second time that the Priestess is chaired. Hunter will be trying to get a down onto this Gravekeeper. Gravekeeper only has 1 bomb damage. Fourth Cypher Machine will be completed very shortly. Hunter spamming these bombs, trying to get the Gravekeeper out of his shovel form. Will be throwing down more pallets, unable to get him out of his form. He has to be very careful. Cypher Machines are not getting another stun with the Prospector, and the Hunter is just going to be running and getting the hit onto the Priestess. Survivors are trying to prime up that last Cypher Machine, and the Priestess will be going down very soon for the third time. Cypher Machine is almost prime. I think the survivors can make this, and Cypher Machine has popped. The Priestess is not going down. She is trying to stay alive and allowing the survivors to open up that exit gate. Will be going through and will be getting... Oh my goodness, she's back inside hospital. Wonderful place for her to utilize these pallets. My goodness. Oh my goodness. He escaped. Is she able to get the dungeon? No, she's not able to get the dungeon, and that is a 3-man escape on the side of AWG survivors.
そうですね、要注意というアナウンスは飛んでいたでしょう。これにも少し特殊のクールタイムは長くという時間では下と中央には弁護士を配置。ゆかきな墓地から湧いていく。
It is the AXIZ survivors versus AWG Hunter. It will be Sculptor on the red church by Yukakina. He will be making her way outside of the graveyard towards Red Carpet, where she will be going after Ado, who is the embalmer. He's already transitioned away. He will be breaking this wall and creating a window here where it's a very good kiting area for these survivors. He can just continuously loop this area. Hunter has seen the scratch marks on the ground. He is making another round around this wall, and he will be utilizing that window. Hunter did expect him to do so and was able to get a chip on him right away. Great prediction and placement of the statues on the side of the sculpture. He is trying to be careful not to get any hits here, dodging, and will be getting a normal hit on Ado. And Ado will be using this time to transition to the pallet. Hunter trying to use her chisel to down the survivor faster. She only needs to hit him with one more statue and he goes down, but he's staying alive around this area. Hunter will just break this pallet immediately, so he has to transition. He was able to make it to the next pallet in this area. Will be able to snipe him, however, with these statues. Wonderful prediction on these statues, especially for this Yukakina sculptor. The Cypher Machines are at 84, 81, and 59%. It looks like the embalmer will be resurrecting himself, so he will be getting up at the red carpet and he's transitioning away. He's making his way towards the graveyard. Hunter is going to be following him. He is able to make it to this pallet. He has to be careful not to get a statue here. Wonderful patience, but he did get a chip with the statue throwing down this next pallet. Hunter will be breaking it right away and going after him. He's going to throw down this pallet. He's very careful, was able to make that pallet fall, and he's able to transition once again. He has one more pallet to work in this area. area,
そ
but
ん
he
なア
is
ットだからこそ
trying
こ
to
の起点の効
avoid
いたプレ
statues
ー
while make it to the pallet, and he
ノ
will
ー
be
監視の
going
ダウンとな
down
りました
for
存在
the
感はマックス
second
暗
time.
号機は残り
So
2
these
台
cipher
下
machines
げの
are
暗号キー、そして
completed.
高めの
The
相
third
当
cipher
遠い、
machine
そして
at
傭兵の救助が
33%,
できる
and the
危機一
fourth
発
cipher
も発動してくる
fourth cipher machine
4人
at
通連の準備
38%,
は
and the
徐
fifth
々に
cipher
整いつ
machine
つある
at
か
37%.
ただアクセス
So
としては
during
ここ
this
救助が
kite,
されな
all the
され
survivors
ない
were
場面
able
でもあ
to
りますの
decode,
で
and already
救
three
助しない
cipher
選択肢
machines
も
are completed. They already have a
はい
last
た
cipher
だ特
machine.
質は入っ
So
てい
this
ない
is
の
looking
で
incredibly
瞬
good
間移動
for the
も
side
もし
of
か
the
したら警戒する
survivors.
と思います
Takako
し
is
救
coming
助行くか
in
もしれ
for
ませ
the
んね
save,
傭兵は
but
徐々に
this
徐
is
々に
a
イスマイへと
full
寄っています
presence sculptor, so it is
間もなく
very
勝負の時間
hard to rescue
イスマイの
against. He has to be
駆け引きは
able to dodge all these sculptures.
膝
Will
手を
be
使って
elbow padding right
イスマイ
to
へ
the chair, avoiding that
石像は
hit. Oh my
0.5
goodness,
から
getting a chip onto him, but he was able
0.5
another
ダメージ
chip. Oh my goodness,
傭
he
兵1点の
got
ダメ
3
ージ
chips on
救
him.
助は
He's
断
unable
念
to get
こ
the
こで
save,
救助
and
措置
the
の
hunter is
判断となりました
ready to teleport to Tuna.
さらには
The
瞬
cipher
間移動で
machine
攻
is
め立てる
not
はユカキナ
ready, and Tuna has to take this kite.
この
It
ダウン
is
が早けれ
the
ば
warrior flywheeling, but the
一つ
hunter
可能性も見えて
wasn't
くる
able
か
to get
フライ
that
ホイール
hit.
で
Will
攻
be
撃が
waiting
かわし
around
て
in this pallet. Will be throwing down that pallet, and hunter will be
石像は現
breaking
在
it
互
right
角中
away. The
ここで
survivors
の
are
ダウ
starting
ン
an
がなかなか
additional
取れないという
cipher
のは
just in
判断
case
目線
Tuna
かな
does
り
end
嫌
up
な時間
going
ですね
down
そう
here.
ですね
And
さ
they
あ
can't
左振ってるのが分かっていますので仕留めるがないのも
Four
分か
cipher
りました
machines completed.
1点
Tuna
ダメー
at
ジは入りました
75% damage. Needs to
そう
be
ですね
very
ここから
careful,
は
but he
高め
is
の暗号機を
utilizing
回さ
his
ないこともう
map to
9
see
割回
where
ってる
this
のが分かってい
hunter
ますから
is.
少
And
なくとも特質
staying
のクールタイ
away
ムを上
from
げ
her
ておかな
hunter
いと
will
4
be
人釣り
sending
と
a
いうのは
chisel
かな
to
り難しいでしょう
Takaka is also one chip
改めまして
away
こ
from
の試合
going down, so
AWG
he
ユカキナは
cannot
4人
go
釣り
down,
お
but
っと
she
当
has
てたの
slide
傭
kick
兵
and got a chip
まず
onto
はダウンここを起
Takaka.
点
And
に
so
組み上げていくか
the only full health survivor
4人釣りが
will be
必要なユ
Nyan
カキナ
with a
た
stun
だ暗
gun
号機から
left
離れる
over.
わけにもいかない
Nyan needs to make sure not to
ここ
get
で
any
注射
damage.
切って
Hunter is
すり
making
に行く
his
判
way
断そして弁護士は
towards
回復をしています
Takaka in red
ガラ
carpet,
テア
and
の
it
強
looks
み
like
は
she's
救助
planning
シーン
to
にあり
chair another survivor. That means she's
お
leaving
そら
this
く特質のクールタイムは
91%
上がるだ
cipher
ろうという
machine.
見込みのもと
はい
椅
And
子
she
にする
will
判
be
断のユカキ
bringing
ナ石
the
像は
mercenary
2つずつ
to the chair.
さあ寸止め待機
And
は
it
完
looks
了
like
し
these
た
cipher machines will be
流れ
primed.
の通
Tuna
電
is
か
in the
流れ
middle.
の
Oh,
通
they
電を
just
選択
popped
しま
the
したが
cipher
弁護士
machines
の姿は
already,
捉えられ
and
ています
2人の位置が分かっていますので瞬間移動もたまるまだまだありますよ
まだまだわからない
She
引き止
doesn't
めるは
have
ない
the
ハンターではあります
She doesn't have the tension, so this,
空軍の位
she
置は
has
見
to
つ
be
けた
very
空
careful,
軍
and
が
she
タ
needs
ーゲ
to
ッ
make
トを
sure
取っ
that
て
all
弁
these
護士が裏で
survivors
ゲートを
have
開放という
a
作戦に出
lot
る
of
でしょうか
injury
ただ
on
空軍
Nyan
少し
doing
難
very
しい
good
銃
job
も当て
avoiding
づらい
these
ので
statues, but she is at chip
さあ銃を
damage.
構
There
え
is
てい
no
る
pallet here, so she has nowhere to go to. Will be
すご
flying
い
down, stunning the hunter,
慌
and
て
able
た
to
のはニ
transition
ャ
away. She
うま
is
すぎる
making
この銃
her
は世
way
界変えました
to
よ
the
ゲート
chair.
を開けに向かったサバイバーの弁護士
She
残り
can't eat
50% でゲー
an
トは開
entire
放
hit because
昨年の
this
秋
hunter
全
does
プロ
not
チ
have
ーム
the
中プレーオ
tension.
フに進
She
出
will
できなかったのはア
be
クシ
going
ズウ
back
ェー
and
ブ
forth,
だけ
and
で
she
し
will
た
get the save
今
onto
年の
the
夏
mercenary.
上位4チーム
Hunter
プレーオフ進出
trying
を
to
決
get
め
it
よ
down
う
onto
手が届
this
きませんでした
coordinator, but unable to do so. The
ノー
corner
バ
is
スノー
able
バス
to vault
ア
shot
クシズウェ
another
ーブサバイ
chip
バ
damage
ー
onto the
これが
coordinator.
終
Coordinator
盤
trying to stay
の
alive,
選
but she
手
will be
瞬
going down.
間移動で
Hunter
飛んだ
teleporting
先
to the
ゲ
exit
ートは
gate, but the
開いてい
exit
ま
gate
す
is opened by the lawyer
弁護士はこれまだ出
already.
てま
Lawyer
せんか
is
いや脱出
いや
だ
leaving. And the mercenary is in this area. He wants to also leave. Hunter has to be very careful not to hit him because he has a delay damage. Another double pet, and he will be leaving the exit gate. The dungeon
プレイオフ
is
進
in
出か
Wall's
らの快進撃
corner on the right
アクシ
side
ズ
of
もま
red
た
carpet.
そこ
Nyan
から
is
上がってきたチ
crawling
ームの
there. She's
1
at
チームでした
74%, and she is able to get out.
さあ
Oh
起き
my
上がっ
goodness,
た
this
の
is
に
a
ゃ
race to the
最
dungeon,
後
and it looks like
栄
Nyan
光の
is so much closer, and she is
初
gonna
脱
be
出
able to make the escape, and that's a 3-man
決め切った
escape for
任せたら
AXIZ. They have won all 3 matchups and they are the winners for IJL